Welcome. Wherever you are, bonjour, bonsoir. My name is Jean-Marie. I'm here once again to talk about business structure. We know in business there are different types of business structure. Why business structure is so important? It is important because it will save you some money in the long run with taxes. A business structure can be a sole proprietorship, can also be a partnership, and it can also be a corporation. Of course, it can also be a non-profit as it is a profit business. So on that, it is important for a business owner, a venture capitalist, an entrepreneur to know the way that he or she wants to set up its business. It is very critical and very important for you to know. Today, we simply will kind of briefly introduce you to the majority type of businesses. As we spoke of a sole proprietorship, it is the easiest one to set up, the cheapest one to set up, but it is not the most advantageous. But when we have more than one person, you're forced to have a partnership. It is different. And having a partnership requires to have some sort of agreement between you and your partner. I've seen some enterprise, some ventures, they are partnership without an agreement. And when there are issues, it becomes catastrophic. It is good to start with an agreement. It is good to form an agreement with a partnership. Of course, a corporation, which is a little more expensive than a partnership, and is also the most expensive one than a sole proprietorship. There are different type of corporation. There's an S corporation, there's a B corporation, and of course, and there is a C corporation. We will talk about that in the future. Those entities that we spoke of, they are all profit enterprises. Then again, you come to the non-profit enterprise, which is a different category of business structure. To be a non-profit requires a special status from the Internal Revenue Service. There are some entrepreneurs that think having a non-profit through the state is sufficient. No, to be a solid non-profit, you need the status from the federal government, and then you can get the status from the state government. So, two entities, the federal government and the state, to really have a solid non-profit. So, as I recap, business structure, if it is for profit or non-profit, that would be the first thing you think of. If it is a for-profit, which way am I going to go? Sole proprietorship, if you're by yourself, if you're a small business, it's okay to have a sole proprietorship. It gets you to understand the integrities that consist in a business. Then, if you have a partner, then the partnership is good. But you gotta have an agreement. It's important to have an agreement. And then you have a corporation. Corporation is the most expensive. The mostly I would say right now, everybody interested into an LLC, which stands for Limited Liability Company. The limited liability company is one entity that the Internal Revenue has created that could be either or those three previous entities that I mentioned earlier. The limited liability company, the LLC, can be a sole proprietorship if you are one person. It could also be a partnership if you are two people, and it could also be a corporation. Very tricky, but it's very important to know when you decide what structure you want. Then, if you're thinking about being a nonprofit, there are different types of nonprofit. There are nonprofit that can deal in political arena, and there are nonprofit that cannot deal in political arena. That's conclude my presentation for today. And if you like our program, please click on it, share it, subscribe. Of course, follow us. I thank you for watching.